Hello everyone, welcome to our Ed 313 class for November 21st, and this class is focused on online resources for early childhood. So, what's the point, you might be thinking, for this topic? Well, you'll all be working with young children and their families in some capacity. So it's your responsibility to know how children develop, which we've talked about, the theories supporting developmental sequences, which we've also talked about and you've had in previous classes, and then how do we support children's development. So that's where I come in with these resources for you. We know that social emotional development is the foundation. You can't teach anything else, any other academic skills you're thinking about doing, or just attending skills, early learning skills, sitting and listening, transitioning, following a schedule, unless we have the foundation for their social emotional development. And also, you will encounter challenging behavior, no matter where you are, what school, what age level. So you need the tools to help you support children who need assistance with social emotional development and challenging behavior. So a few weeks ago, we looked at the pyramid model, and the pyramid model is focused on promoting social and emotional competence. And your assignment for this online class, which is on Moodle 313, focuses on the pyramid model and challenging behavior, and specifically recommended practices and resources that you can use. But stay with me here before you go to that assignment. So I'm opening up the pyramid model website. So as you remember, the pyramid has 4 levels, and it is to support and promote social emotional development in infants and young children. And it's used for many different providers. So you, as early educators, early intervention personnel, can be used by special education professionals, families, and then other professionals like school psychologists, social workers, child life specialists, for example. So on this pyramid model website, there's a tab that says resources. And then underneath the first tab, this is recommended practices, are articles. And your assignment is to choose one of these articles. And then I want you to summarize it, tell me what the recommended practices are, and then also what you could take away from these articles. Like if you were in your job that you're going to have in the future, what's something you could actually do the next day from these articles? This may include actually implementing something. It may be setting up a meeting. It may be talking to your administrator. It may be doing more research yourself that the article points you towards. So that's going to be your assignment. It's really important to think about what the recommended practices are in the field, because they come right from the researchers who are constantly researching what the practices are that we need to use with children who need intervention supports for social emotional development and who have challenging behaviors. So another resource that I have mentioned, and Tammy actually mentioned when she came and talked to us last week, is the Early Childhood Technical Assistance website, or ECTA. So here is the ECTA Center. And actually today, or for the class on the 21st, I was going to have a gentleman who is employed by Michigan Department of Ed to actually support ECTA in Michigan. So providing technical assistance to early childhood professionals in Michigan. Specifically, he works with Section 619, which is just a way of saying it's preschool. It's 3 to 6 year olds. And Part C, if you remember, is our birth to 3-year-olds. So the ACTA Center supports each state's Part C and Section 619 programs. So you may be thinking, well, I'm a general ed early childhood teacher. I'm not Part C or Section 619, but you kind of are. So you're going to be getting children from Part C. You're going to be identifying children that might need 619 programs, that's special education services. So you are that bridge in between a lot of different things. And so it's really important for you to know what resources are out there, how the systems work, and how you fall into those moving pieces. So that's my job, is to show you resources like this one. So this is a great website if you want to refer back to IDEA, systems like government, financial, data systems, quality standards, practices. So again, supporting the use of evidence-based practices, which is connected to your assignment, is looking at recommended practices that are evidence-based. ACTA focuses in on outcomes, child outcomes, and that's part of the gentleman's job who I was going to have speak to us. He looks at outcomes related to children that we provide services to in Part C and early childhood special ed, preschool, Section 619. But I will have him come back to another class in the future, so don't feel like we missed out, but this is just in place of him right now. So I want you to visit the resources tab, okay? So you're gonna just type in ACTA Center on your browser and go to resources, and then I wanted to show you the e-notes. This is something that Tammy mentioned. So e-notes are something that you can subscribe to. You would just click right here to subscribe to them. And these are examples of what they are. So on November 9th, you would have gotten an email like this. And it has 5 or so topics in the issue. Like this one draws my attention. It is the 5 elements of a good preschool. So this is actually for families. So from a family point of view, what should they be looking for? So like a friendly, joyful atmosphere, teachers who are guiding academic growth and positive behavior. That's what the pyramid model is for. Evidence of discipline and social emotional skill development. Again, pyramid model, great resource. And so on. So it's interesting to look at what they're telling parents to look for. This directly connects to you and what your program should look like, or the programs that you're going to work in and around, depending on what you do after you're done here at Hope. So I encourage you to go to this website and click on resources and sign up to subscribe to eNotes. Another fun thing I wanted to show you is their acronym list. So education in general, especially early childhood and special ed, have so many acronyms. And here is an alphabetical list, all of them that you might come across. Everything from ADHD to, one that we're going to visit next that we've talked about is CSEFL, so Center on Social and Emotional Foundation for Early Learning. Developmentally appropriate practices, you're familiar with that one. Division for Early Childhood, I mentioned that last class. That's part of CEC, Council for Exceptional Children. And even ACTA is on there. So I would encourage you to use this resource. And then I want to show you one more. So let's revisit the Center on Social Emotional Foundation for Early Learning, or CSEFL. As you remember, it's connected to the pyramid model because this website is run by Vanderbilt University, where the researchers who created the pyramid model work at. So if you remember, I had you go to the For Teachers tab, and there were all of these great practical and completely useful resources for supporting children's challenging behavior and social emotional development and just the foundations of the pyramid. So you explored this, you have this, but I also wanted you to bring your attention over here to the left to where it says training modules. So there are training modules for preschool and infant toddler. So if you click on one of those, you'll see that there's modules that are very, very pertinent to what you're learning. So like the module 1, promoting children's success, building relationships, and creating supportive environments. This is for you. This is to help you as you expand your knowledge, continue to study here, and then go out into the field. So I highly encourage you to check out some of these modules. I mean, right here is social emotional teaching strategies. This is what we need. This is what you need as teachers. So it is my job to show you where they are, point you in the right direction so that you have all the tools in your tool belt that you could ever need. All right. So that's CSUFL. So to conclude, I highly encourage you to bookmark all of these resources. So the ACTA Center, the Pyramid Model, and CSUFL. You need to complete and submit your paragraph on Moodle 313, and directions for that are right on Moodle. And a reminder that class on 11/27 will start, or is it 11/28? Oh, I believe it's 11/28. We'll start at 1 o'clock and we'll end by 2:50. And don't forget about your play plan implementation. Let me know if you have questions or if you need any other materials. So have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next week.